Oh,
Gotta bang the gavel.
I
Bang
know.
the gavel,
It's
Sandy.
not working either.
it is. Do you have the main?
Test, check, check,
The
check,
volume.
check one, check. No.
Yeah,
They
it's,
need
we're
air in
good.
this microphone.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's,
I have the red.
it's up now.
Testing, testing.
Check.
Can you turn it up more? Thank you.
Is
Okay.
it on?
Yeah.
Check.
I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. This is the November 10th meeting, and so everyone, roll call, please.
Councilmember Riddell Harris. Here. Davis.
Here.
Dowden Calvillo.
Present.
Holmes.
Present.
And Mayor Amara.
Present. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance of the United States. So good evening. We have Mayor's Commendation Proclamation Acknowledgements. Will be none tonight. And there is no report out of closed session.
Thank you so much.
And next is the adoption of the agenda. This is a time set aside for council members and or the public to ask for removal, postponement, or a change of the listed sequence of an agenda item. The agenda will be approved by consensus of the council. Anyone on council want to change? Anyone from the public? Do I have a motion?
I'll move approval of the agenda as proposed. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adopted. Consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered to be routine in nature and will be approved by one blanket motion with a roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless persons request specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for discussion and separate action. Any items removed will be considered after the motion to approve the consent calendar. Anyone from council? Councilman Holmes?
Yes, I'd like to remove item 3.
Anyone else? Anyone from the public? Do I have a motion for the consent calendar?
I'll move approval of the consent calendar as amended.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Riddell Harris.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Dowden Calvillo.
Aye.
Holmes.
Aye.
And Mayor Amara.
Yes, that passes. And item number 3, Councilman Holmes, that is the professional service agreement with McGuire Pacific Constructors.
Yes, well, this has to do with wayfinding signs in the city of Auburn. And we've got a number of new ones that have popped up that are hard to read all of the different places without stopping and paying attention. And so I'd like to see what these 8 large wayfinding signs look like, and I didn't see anything in the background material.
Yeah.
And they're big because we looked, this came before us, right? And we
Yep.
approved them.
So they are 9 feet tall by 8.5 feet wide. So hopefully you'll be able to see these. And that's really why we're in this contract, because it's beyond the capability of our staff to do it. It's dealing with Caltrans right of way, in part. It's dealing with engineering on the actual posts themselves.
Yeah.
It's dealing with traffic control, probably doing a lot of this at night. They said they have to bring in a crane in order to get them up. So that's why it's before you today. And this is the last of the wayfinding signs that'll be going up. Besides, we have some kiosks left that'll be going into parking lots.
And will those that are currently up be taken down?
The old ones.
In about 10 years, when they fade out, they could be taken down. Oh, you mean the old signs that are in town? Yes, all the brown ones are going away.
Don't match. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you just gave Kathy Baxter a heart attack. Say in 10 years.
I was going back to the conversation about the sign, the size of the sign, so I apologize.
Yeah, there's.
So
round
in
ones
ARPA
around
money's
stuff.
paying for this then as
This is
well.
ARPA, yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
Since it's off consent, so the timing of this, we think January?
He said a couple of months as far as lead time on the actual fabrication of the signs. We did this in two parts. We had one contract to issue for the actual sign development. We did buy the highest quality ones that we could find. There's only one company that was offering to fabricate them because of their size, so we're kind of stuck there. We issued that first so we could get it in the process. They said it could be up to a couple of months. I know in their quote, they said it would be about 6 weeks, so somewhere in between there. Then we have to worry about weather and Caltrans permits coming in. So that's, and something that they're handling for the most part. So it's been great.
And there's some kind of like glaze or something on them to help protect them from the sun. Okay.
Also to make them higher reflectivity so you can see them better at night.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, thank you. Anyone from the public have a comment on this matter? Okay, then do I have a motion?
I'll move approval by
Second.
resolution.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Riddell Harris.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Dowden Calvillo.
Aye.
Holmes.
Aye.
And Mayor Amara.
Yes. Thank you. That passes. Public comment. This is a time provided that the public may speak to the council on any item not on the agenda. Please make your comments as brief as possible, not to exceed 3 minutes. The council cannot act on items not included on this agenda. Items may be referred to staff or placed on a future agenda. I'd just like to start out that tomorrow's Veterans Day, so make sure you honor your veterans, and there's a parade in town, and there will be a little ceremony at the fairgrounds. So I will be there, and hopefully I'll see everybody, and I'm sure the council will make it if they can.
I'm wearing mine.
And then also, I think our city manager had a public comment too.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that folks know that today is our Fire Chief John Rogers' birthday. And so, yeah. So what better way to spend your birthday than here at a city council meeting? So if you'd indulge me, and I don't have the voice for this, but maybe we could sing him happy birthday quickly.
Okay.
Just to further embarrass him. And he should probably come up and be up in the front to see that. So
Rachel is the sing. Come on over here.
his face is almost as red as the fire truck he drives.
And
Thank you
Madam
for
Mayor?
being here on your birthday.
Yes. And
Yes,
Madam Mayor, let the record show that it is the Marine Corps' 250th birthday today as well.
Okay. The Marine Corps 250th birthday, and I think Menjel, were you in the Marines?
He is a
Thank you for
Marine.
your service. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else have a? And Jonathan,
Jonathan?
I'm sorry if I missed anyone. I just.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Stand up
Yes.
if you're a Marine, please. Thank you. Menjel.
Can all veterans?
Yeah, let's have can all veterans stand up?
yes,
All veterans, all veterans. Jonathan.
Yes.
Okay, and thanks again. Any other public comment? Yes.
Yeah, I'll just add
Lee
because
David?
these two things are happening before our next official city council meeting. December 6th, we've got Festival of Lights Parade. It's hard to miss, but it is coming. And same day, we have ticket polling for Western states. So we'll have an influx of very fit, very excited folks hoping to get into our very exclusive race.
Thank you.
That's right. That's.
Councilwoman Dowden Kavini.
I did. I just wanted to kind of put this in people's minds that of course our great country is going to be celebrating its 250th birthday next year. And I'm just wondering if the city of Auburn is thinking about doing something to recognize that. So just kind of put a bug in our ears about that. We talked a little bit about that at Sac Valley Division So, what are people doing? What are jurisdictions doing? But we might want to do something to celebrate the 250th birthday of our great
Thank you.
country.
Yeah,
So,
thank you. That's, yes.
Oh, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to our firefighters and our police officers for their help with doing some tours lately. I know there's a lot of school groups and others that go through. My daughter's first grade class from Skyridge went through, and there were some amazing pictures, and you guys did a great job. The kids had a great time. And then last Thursday, the youth commission did a tour of the police department, got to dust for prints and all kinds of fun stuff. So we really appreciate our staff. I know they've got a gazillion things going on, but they do a great job working with the community and letting the community be educated about what they do for their job. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, anyone from the public? Okay, then I will close the public comment time, and we are opening, our next item is a public hearing, which is establishing fees for the city's new entertainment zone in Old Town and Downtown Auburn. we have a presentation by the staff.
Brief presentation.
Brief.
Jonathan Wright, Economic Development Director. Okay, so you'll recall last month we brought forward an ordinance. I know that Old Town Downtown stood right next to me here on the dais talking about how important it is to them and trying to move this thing on as quickly as possible. So in the essence of that, I'm trying to continue to move things as quickly as I can to fruition. So for those of you that aren't aware, an entertainment zone it came out of the legislature. It's an area that a city can identify by ordinance that allows the ABC licensed on-premise restaurants and bars to then sell off-premise to the area in which it's designated. So people aren't supposed to wander outside, but now Old Town and Downtown will have that. And so just for example, the ale house could sell a beer, and then somebody could walk around and go shopping and enjoy Old Town with an adult beverage. Same thing with Downtown, from basically the old theater, the State Theater, all the way up to the Station Public House. So in doing this, we have to create an application. This application is going to be just for the so far 17 ABC licenses, it looks like, that are within that area. So to compensate the city for staff's time in implementing both the application and doing some of the regulation enforcement role, we've created a set of fees here. The rate is based off the most recent rate study that we had done for the Community Development Department. There's basically five fees that were created. The application fee, which is what you'd normally have. We have a print modification fee, which is just if they move locations still within that zone, it still allows us to go through all the steps with them, but it doesn't charge them the whole amount because we have their information. We have a reinstatement fee. If the police chief, city manager, somebody goes in and we start having some issues with one of the ABC licensors with issues on the street, then that would be part of their reinstatement after they came into compliance and for monitoring thereafter. Any additional inspections that would be required by law enforcement, by community development, then there's also a rate there for that. And then, of course, if we take their license and they aren't happy for whatever reason or amend their conditions, then there's an appeal fee there so that they have the right and due process.
Thank you.
I just remind real quick that the ordinance does go into effect on the 26th. So we're trying to get these implemented on the 26th so that we can
6th of November.
so that we can quickly roll this thing out in time for hopefully the holidays.
Great.
This concludes staff's report.
Thank you. I will open this up to a public hearing. Does anyone from the public want to make a comment or have any questions? Please step forward. Okay, I will close the public hearing then. And City Council, any questions or comments? Yes,
do.
Councilwoman Harris.
Thank you very much.
Riddell Harris.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd been discussing this with the city manager, and I just wanted to make sure I had a little clarity about some of the how the fees are going to be implemented. First off, I had one of the business owners from downtown ask me if this is going to be just participants or everybody in downtown. And this is just those who choose to participate in this, and they would apply, and then the fee would be charged. Correct?
It's entirely voluntary.
Yes.
I actually have white papers that'll be going out hopefully this week to the ABC licensed businesses explaining what it is and how to do it. I'm also going to meet with law enforcement on Thursday to talk to them about what it is and how they do it. And then I plan on, if I have time, sending one out to the businesses around there so they know what to expect as a result.
And then I had been talking to the city manager about how implementation would work with fees and whether they would be on a calendar basis or whether, because it seems like it would be challenging for staff to, if somebody signs up in March, then their due date is in March, but somebody signs up in July, their due date is in July. Is the goal to have January, everyone signs up for the whole rest of that calendar year and then starts again the next January?
Correct, as of the calendar year. At the end of the year, we would then.
No matter
take
what
on
time, what.
All 17 or however many there
July,
are.
But
Right.
they would still be just for that calendar year. Is that the goal?
It would be implemented on the calendar, yes.
Yeah,
Not the
okay.
fiscal. 'Cause
Well, no, I just mean it wouldn't matter what time of the year they signed up. It would be.
initially, correct. And then
Yeah.
they'd be back into, yes, we're happy to renew.
It'll be prorated then. So would it be prorated?
No.
Or no, just
No.
this?
It'd be,
So if they signed up, let's just say November, but December is our
so
yearly.
there's an oversight in here by staff, myself, that I did not put in the renewal fee or the renewal mechanism because I had it be a one-time fee initially. And after discussing that, we've decided I'm going to bring back a new ordinance with an amendment or amended ordinance that then includes that. And a lot of these questions will be answered by that.
So maybe they do the one fee now and then maybe by next January, they're doing a renewal for that calendar year.
And there'll be a separate fee. Okay.
So we'll get an ordinance that'll detail all this.
That's it.
Yes,
Okay.
I have some other things that I'm working on, but early in this next calendar year, yes, something will come back to you.
Okay. But, so will it be implemented before then?
So the current ordinance will be implemented just like it's written. So it'll be,
Okay.
they have to come in, get a permit. This will be their initial permit. We'll work on adding additional language for renewal after that.
Oh, okay.
But that won't be required until next year.
Yeah.
So-
so it's
Okay.
Not a rush.
Okay. Perfect. I think that's all I had. Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Holmes.
Yes, it was my understanding that there would be a particular vessel that would be used by these organizations rather than if they were taking them out in public, that the cups or whatever would be
Correct. We're still working on the branding and the cups. So
branded.
the part of the identification, when you participate in this program, you have to, as an ABC business license, a
Yeah.
restaurant, bar, whatever, they would have to agree to use the cups that we specify. It's for one thing is for marketing, and the second thing is so that law enforcement can identify that they can easily identify that they're participants in the program.
Okay, all right.
And we're working on that in the background. I'm scrambling. I'm trying to get markers so people know exactly where the designated end of the zones are. All this education material put together.
Great.
It's
Okay, thank you.
And hey, do you have a lot of businesses that are interested?
everybody I've talked to.
Good.
Even
And I've
the
got
retail shops are excited.
But
the
they-
public who are excited about this. They call it the New Orleans City.
And, I gave a interview to ABC or 10, ABC 10. And I specifically said, we're not trying to be Bourbon Street there.
Yeah.
Or what?
I specifically said, we're not trying to be Bourbon Street. We're
No, I know.
far classier than that.
But it's okay if they want to think it. Anyone else from city
I-
council?
Yes. So you had mentioned that there were 17 businesses that would be able
Like-
to apply for, they would be able to apply for the permit. And so I just want to confirm you said 17, so.
So far.
that's- And then are we also working on not just the cup, but like a wristband or a stamp?
Stamp.
Make the hand stamp. Okay, I just want to make sure because that's really what's going to tell us that they're of age.
You-
And that they actually didn't just bring their cup from last time or, and they brought their own, the intent is that you're going to frequent a place, get whatever your beverage is, depending on what the ordinance allows specifically, and then move about.
I think the wristband would be a worst case scenario if we are running into problems with it, with the stamp. Otherwise, the stamp would be uniform. They can tell between the cup and the stamp that the person is part of the program. you don't leave with a wristband. You don't have these things left all over the place. It just made more sense to
Stamp
start
is
with the
great, 'cause
stamp.
then it's also not something you can transfer to somebody else. That's what I really liked. And yeah, you're not having waste. So,
But we can always go and change gears if we have to.
okay.
Thank you so much. Okay, I already asked the public. Okay, so do I have a motion? There's a resolution?
I'll move by resolution to establish the fees for the new entertainment zones in Old Town and Downtown.
I'll second.
Roll call, Councilmember Riddell Harris.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Dowden Calvillo.
Aye.
Holmes.
Aye.
Mayor Amara.
Aye. And next item is a subjoint operations agreement with Placer Hills Fire Protection District. Chief Rogers.
The birthday boy.
We won't ask how old you are. You're too young for that.
He's 250. No,
And I'm getting beat up tonight.
sorry. That's what happens when you have to work on your birthday.
Can you see?
All right, good evening, Mayor, council members, John Rogers, your fire chief. Before I start, I'd like to thank everybody for the heartfelt birthday song this evening. I don't think I've ever seen that done at a council meeting, so.
Precedent.
Yeah, we just set a trend. So, and then I also like to thank all the staff from both Auburn and Placer Hills that came to watch me present to you this evening
And sing you happy birthday.
and sing me happy birthday. So why are we here? What's the purpose? Tonight's presentation expands on the existing joint operations agreement that the council approved on July 24th, 2023. That agreement allows for situations where one agency may enter individual service agreements with another. For example, when our former community risk reduction manager left, the city of Auburn entered into an agreement with the Placer Hills Fire Protection District to provide fire marshal services. Under that particular agreement, Auburn requests services from Placer Hills for fire marshal related services, and then we reimburse the district accordingly. The master JOA also identifies broader areas where agencies can collaborate, including shared administrative, operational, and fire prevention functions. These are the areas we're discussing tonight through the proposed sub-JOA. Where are we? As the council is aware, the cost of providing fire services has risen, not just for personnel, but across every operational area. To give perspective, the fire engine we purchased in 2023 for nearly $700,000 costs over $1 million to replace today. Fuel, equipment, supplies all continue to increase in price as well. At the same time, our staffing levels have decreased while workload and community expectations continue to grow. Both departments are doing their best to meet those expectations, but the current structure stretches our capacity and it's impacting our personnel. Hiring multiple chief officers for each agency isn't financially sustainable, and as a result, our ability to represent both organizations regionally is limited. The chief officers from both agencies can't attend every meeting or event that deserves representation. Simply put, we can't be in two places at the same time. So what can we do to improve? Well, we can recognize these challenges. Both command staffs began discussions on how we can improve efficiency and strengthen both agencies with our existing resources and personnel. A key opportunity is reducing the duplication of effort. Both organizations perform similar administrative, operational, and prevention tasks. By collaborating and sharing services, we can achieve economies of scale that stabilize costs and enhance service quality. An example is our current joint firefighter recruitment. So Auburn recently filled 2 vacancies and it exhausted our hiring list, while Placer Hills has a need to run a testing process as well. So battalion chiefs from both agencies, our city HR representatives, and the business manager from Placer Hills worked together to create a joint recruitment process. Our posting closed on October 31st with nearly 200 applicants. Our HR handled the job posting, and Placer Hills will lead the testing and interview process. Previously, both agencies would have had to run separate individual processes. We feel this joint approach is saving time and resources for everyone, including our candidates. And this model has been done in neighboring counties. So Grass Valley, Nevada City, and Nevada County Consolidated does the same thing. So challenges operationally, and while we address succession planning, both agencies face similar challenges. We have limited daytime, non-shift staff available to attend meetings and manage administrative work. We're increasingly reliant on our off-duty battalion chiefs to cover administrative needs and represent our agencies at various county-wide events, which is not sustainable. We also lack specialized administrative and prevention roles, limiting our ability to meet mandates or develop programs. The current structure also impacts succession planning, like I mentioned. Many potential chief officers aren't exposed to administrative or management duties before promotion, and I can speak personally. I believe that I would have been better prepared as a fire chief if I would have had some more mentoring and administrative exposure prior to promoting. The sub-JOA helps address this gap by creating opportunities for personnel to learn and collaborate across agencies. So the benefits that our command staffs believe the proposed sub-JOA will bring: it'll enhance services and improve regional coordination, increase collaboration and resource sharing. It'll stabilize costs through shared administrative and operational efforts, improve communication between agencies and within our communities, expand funding opportunities, particularly for regional grants, and strengthen community engagement through shared outreach and prevention efforts. In short, this sub-JOA agreement will help both organizations to do more and to do it better with the resources that we currently have. So the chart on the screen is highlighting the three primary shared functions that we're looking at or proposing. On the left, you see the operations or command and control section. In the middle is our administrative functions. And on the right is our prevention functions. And underneath each of those categories are 4 focus areas that can be further refined. Our command staffs identified these as critical, high-impact areas where collaboration will increase efficiency, reduce duplication of efforts, stabilize costs, and improve service delivery throughout our communities. How it'll look: our proposed organizational chart up on the board now. It was developed collaboratively by management and labor representatives from both the Auburn Fire Department and the Placer Hills Fire Protection District. It reflects a thoughtful approach to meet the needs of our departments, our personnel, and the communities that we serve. So the chart, our blue positions that are on the board represent the chief officers from the Auburn Fire Department, and the red positions on the chart represent the chief officers from the Placer Hills Fire Protection District. So with our proposed sub-JOA, both agencies will retain their existing command staff, 4 chief officers for the Auburn Fire Department and 4.5 chief officers for the Placer Hills Fire Protection District. This proposed structure allows both agencies to maintain operational readiness while enhancing our leadership, administrative support, and regional coordination. And I'd like to highlight that no compensation will be given or received by either party of the proposed sub-JOA, making this a sustainable approach to improve efficiency and service quality. If council approves the sub-JOA, staff will return with the request to address the 40-hour administrative chief officer role up on the board here. In summary, the proposed sub-JOA is a strategic, out-of-the-box way to strengthen fire service delivery for both the city of Auburn and the Placer Hills Fire Protection District. It builds on an existing partnership and provides a framework for long-term sustainability, leadership development, and improved service to the communities that we serve. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Councilman Holmes.
Yes, I think this is an interesting concept. I'd like to know who has the authority to call out Auburn Fire to go to another jurisdiction, and likewise, another jurisdiction to come into Auburn.
So we're already operating with mutual and automatic aid throughout Placer Hills, the city of Auburn, and then Placer Hills oversees the administrative functions for the Newcastle and Penryn Fire Protection Districts. So we're already, those systems and processes are already in place.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions from the public? Comments? Yes, I know, I'm going to go. Did you have a question?
Do you have a question or a comment?
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you said call.
Sure.
Madam Mayor, council members, Eric Croft, Local 4110's president and employee of this great fire department, Auburn City. I'd just like to share that labor from both fire departments have been included from the beginning of this being a concept and updated regularly on all aspects of the sub-JOA agreement. The Auburn Firefighters Association Local 4110 supports this agreement and is looking forward to the benefits it will provide to our members and most of all the community of Auburn and its residents. Thank you.
Thank you for that comment. Any other comments? Councilwoman Riddell Harris?
Yes, I was just going to, I brought this up when we had discussed this earlier. Has there been any thought about what kind of metrics we're going to be using? Because you talked about improved service and things like that. But I just wanted to make sure that we're going to be capturing that data so that way we can see 6 months or a year from now that that service level has improved and kind of what the impacts really are based on data.
Yeah, and so we've had some brief high-level discussions within the Auburn command staff about trying to capture data. I think after, or if you approve this, and as we move forward, what we'll end up doing is bringing the command staff from both organizations together. And not only do we have to come up with our implementation plan, that's when we can have the discussion about data collection and metrics to bring back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Comments from council?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gowden Cavigo.
Thank you very much. And I know that each of us did have our individual briefings, so thank you very much, Chief, for that and the information. I will say that I appreciate the creativity with this particular proposal that, you know, I know that a while ago you brought forth a different proposal to make some changes to the fire department, but the fact is that we just don't have the finances to make that a reality. And so you took that challenge and looked for another way to address it. So I appreciate your ingenuity with this and working it. And just as a comment, of course, and I made this, you know, clear that this does not mean consolidation. This is just an extension of a JOA that you have already. And, you know, but more, you know, for the higher level work as opposed to just what you had before. So, but I do appreciate thinking outside the box. Like I said, you had a proposal. It was a great proposal, and I wish that we could have done that. But right now, with our existing finances, as you're well aware, and everybody is, it was just not something that could come to fruition. So you came up with this this proposal. So thank you very much.
Well, and I appreciate that, but I also need to make sure that the chief officers were involved in this as well. It wasn't just me.
I understand that, and I appreciate everybody. I mean, it was, but you are the chief, and you came to us with a proposal before, and so I liked that. It's just we couldn't fund it. So thank you.
And thank you, yes.
Thanks to the
Thank
team.
you to all of you back there, the Placer Hills, Newcastle,
Yes.
Penryn.
We see that.
Oh, are they involved?
Chief there,
Forest
so.
Hill. Is Forest Hill involved?
No.
Forest Hill's a member of the master JOA, but for
Okay.
the sub JOA request, Placer Hills Fire Protection District and the Auburn Fire Department are the only agencies that have the chief officer command staff to support this model.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, and I was just going to say, this gets us, you know, because we had to convert our fire marshal position, our community risk assessment position over, and we're going to now have that service performed by the part-time fire marshal,
Right.
who I think is sitting in this room.
Well, and I'd also
Thank
like
you,
to
Steve.
highlight that right now we're reimbursing Placer Hills for every hour that we use. Once this sub-JOA agreement gets implemented, there's no cost
Yeah.
involved and the other agreement would be terminated.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Mhm.
Anyone else then? Well, thank you very much. I think we need a resolution, a
Matt,
motion for the resolution.
I'll move by resolution to authorize the fire chief to enter into a sub-joint operations agreement with the Placer Hills Fire Protection District for shared administrative command and control, fire prevention, and related services.
Roll call, Councilmember Riddell Harris.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Dowden Calvillo.
Aye.
Holmes.
Aye.
And Mayor Amara.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you, everyone from Placer Hills. Chief, City Manager report.
Chief City Manager.
Chief Manager.
I like it. I like it.
Sorry.
Um, I know that Councilmember Holmes is going to talk about the PLEA awards, but the Placer County Law Enforcement Agency awards. So I'll let him do that. But I do want to just give a shout out to the staff from our Auburn Police Department that we did receive awards there. So Jared Collins received the Distinguished Service Award for his outstanding work on a complex financial crime investigation. CSO Kimberly Aranda earned the PLEA Chaplain Award for her compassion, leadership, and commitment to community programs. Volunteers Art Lusignan and Fred Caney were honored with the Volunteer Recognition of Service Award for their service to the LiveScan team in support of a bunch of different events. So thanks to those folks in our department. We have a new certified building official, so congratulations to Michael Panola, who is here in the office. Yes. So our senior building inspector just earned all three of his certifications to become an official certified building official. Super impressive, and doing that only in a year. Actually, today is his 1-year anniversary with the city too. So, so congratulations to that. And as I've said before, Michael's one of the people that I poached from a previous employer.
Aye.
Made a good decision. On the economic development side, Auburn Steakhouse is open. So the Oak House Restaurant at 130 Maple Street in the historic White House, that they had 2 soft openings this month, set to open to the public on Friday. So nice to see some new life and a kind of vitality coming to that building. So reservation only steakhouse offering aged steaks, seasonal California cuisine, curated wines, and then they also have the cocktails also. So good one to see that going. And then lastly, actually 2 things. Each month I try to recognize our employees for like the milestone anniversaries that they have. So November, we have Joe Almeida in the police department, 17 years of service. Audra McKay in our transit department, 7 years. Matt Carducci in public works, 7 years. Grayson Hoffman in public works, 4 years. And then Michael Panola with 1 year in the building department. And then city clerk wants to remind folks that December 1st, we'll have our mayor selection and the city council reorganization. So that starts at 5:30 with the reorganization meeting at 6 o'clock. So make sure, you all will be here, but folks in the audience, make sure to come too. And can answer questions if you have questions.
Thank you. Future agenda items, discussion and identification of topics that need attention. This is an opportunity to propose new ideas. If anybody on the council have anything?
I was gonna, maybe this isn't you were gonna talk about bringing back some of the rules of how we do meetings and things like that. I didn't know where that process was.
Also, your clerk might have some input on this as well.
Okay.
My understanding is that during your strategic planning, this might be part of the discussion.
Okay.
As part of that. You do currently have that resolution that I think you're all aware of. And if something comes out of that, we would be working together to bring back some draft for you all to consider.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for the update.
Ditto.
Councilman Holmes?
Yes,
This is the future. This is not this committee reports yet. This is for future items.
yes,
Okay, go ahead.
future item.
Future
Oh.
items.
So I'd like to suggest that we seriously take a look at applying for certified local government status for the city of Auburn, which, if successful, would make a number of different grants available for us, as well as assistance in resolving some of our city problems. So anyway, certified local government is a process that a number of California cities have gone through, and I think it's time that we seriously take a look at it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, on to city council committee reports. Anyone have anything to report?
I would like to just report out that last week I had a great opportunity to visit the Geysers, Calpine's geothermal facility near Middletown. It is the largest geothermal operation in North America, all renewable energy. It's green energy. So they actually sell credits as well. Not only do they sell, their electricity that's created from steam, and they're actually the wells tap into steam reserve, not water. So it's dry steam versus some other facilities where they pump water and heat it up to steam.
Right.
This is steam that's already naturally occurring in the ground about 2 miles down. Fascinating. They've 44 square miles and in the mountains there, and there's about 13 different power plants. And then they have, they call them steam lines. They're these giant pipes that are all above ground. It's like a roller coaster. I mean, the way they twist and turn, and they're, heavily insulated, but they pump the steam from these wells to the plants, and then there's a turbine that creates the electricity. I visited on behalf of Pioneer because we do purchase power from them, from Calpine. So there were several board members that went, but just absolutely fascinating, just really interesting. And of course, that area used to be resort, it still is resorts. You can go and soak in the mud and do all those, things, the hot springs. But it went from tourism into this. So very, very fascinating.
Great. Thank you for that. Anyone else?
I'll just say really quick, we had a youth commission meeting last week, and we had Kale from ARD come and present. The youth were talking a little bit more about their project, and some of them were really interested in the skate park and maybe looking into some different improvements they could help with at the skate park. So Kale was kind of discussing the different parks and gave a whole summary about ARD and all the partnerships that they have and how maybe the youth could help to support some things that they're working on. And then we did go over to the police department and got a great tour, and they got to see dispatch and go out and see the vehicles and all that, and kind of go through the whole process. So it was really great to see them all really involved. And so we're
Fantastic.
working on
How
it.
many's on the youth commission again?
I believe there's 16 altogether, including the adults.
Gee,
So
okay.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
it's a good group of kids.
Thank you. Okay, did you
An
have
update?
something?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Reporting from economic development, we've come under the recent leadership of Jamie Ross, and she's bringing some very good ideas and helping us wrap our heads around how we can help support local businesses with economic development. So we're really trying to hone in on some ideas, perhaps town halls, but really figuring out what business owners need and the community to get more people to, shop locally. And I'll do a plug because the holidays are coming. So shop local. It really matters. It really helps. And we have so many great shops in Auburn. You can find a gift for someone. So, right.
Good, thank you. Yes, shop locally. And I just want to remind everyone, our city manager said it, in case you didn't hear it, our next meeting is going to be a different date. It's December 1st. And then we'll have one that's December 8th. But December 1st is a special meeting, and it's the mayor's selection. And there will be a reception at 5:30, and 6 o'clock is the meeting. So hope to see you all there, and thank you. And remember, tomorrow's Veterans Day. So hopefully we'll see you on the streets supporting our veterans. Thank you very much. That's the end of our meeting. We adjourn.
Okay.